Yeah. We have to use our mind and say it won't help. I get upset. It won't help.
Yes, there is one way where you can say that this anxiety reaction that is coming in the mind in relationship to the world outside will never help. So let me drop this anxiety. Let me experience the calmness and the peace. So when you are saying it, you are also becoming aware of it.
Yeah.
So that is why you see that all our masters, and they talk about it, you know the principle. You have heard the principle from a teacher, but then you close your eyes and you start thinking about that principle. It starts you reflect on it. So how you reflect on it? So you ask questions. Okay, am I upset now? No. Am I calm? Yes. So what made me upset? It is something in relationship to the world outside. So you are constantly asking questions. Now and see one beautiful thing, you should realize that this mind, when it thinks consciously on a particular object or a subject, then the past impressions do not dictate us. Now you wake up in the morning, for example, and the mind brings in a thought from the past impression. For example, yesterday you were upset on somebody and you wake up in the morning and that person's image appears in the mind, and that image and the feeling and the thought makes you upset, and it becomes a bad morning. The morning is always good, but it becomes a bad morning. But who caused this bad morning is the past impressions.
Yeah.
So these past impressions cannot be known by the mind, but its effect is known. I cannot know what is going to come the next moment from the past. In a spur of a moment, my mind gets agitated on a small thing, so the effect is known. The past impressions cannot be known by the conscious mind. Its effect is known. And that carries on. We carry on these past impressions and we say we have chronic anxiety. I have chronic stress. When women came to me and she said, I've been suffering from the stress for the last 10 years. I said, let us do the practice. And then she said, I'm very calm. I said, no, you are stressed for the last 10 years. You are still in stress. No, I'm calm. No, you are stressed. So that the impact of the stress, the impact of the past impression is repeated, and I have a choice. I should not accept it. I may accept it, I may not accept it. But when you can really make a choice, when the mind is clear, when you understand the morning is still good, it is because of the impact of what happened yesterday is causing the anxiety and the stress, and you do not accept. So where you do not accept, that is what we have been learning. And once you click this in your mind, this happens This clicking happens by the knowledge in the mind. Let me give you another example. You look at me, and then the moment you look at me, some other, I'm talking about others. So some people look at me, they get upset. And some people look at me, they are happy. So it is the impact from the past. It is because of the liking and the disliking. That liking and disliking has to be dropped. Has to be dropped. Now remember this, the moment you have any moment of anxiety or the reaction, or when you express yourself upset, remember the 8 factors. The moment you close your eyes and start contemplating with the 8 factors, and you will see, the moment you contemplate with the 8 factors, the anxiety will drop down. Do you see the beautiful color behind background?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is what Prerna did.
I don't see your picture.
You don't see my picture?
No, I see myself.
That's quite interesting.
And the background is somewhat rosy so I didn't know what you were referring to. It's rosy from my lamp, I think.
Rosy from you.
So I...
Now remember the 8 factors. First factor is the object outside. That object may be a person, maybe a particular thing, maybe a place, and maybe the time. These are the 4 objects, or simply take 3: people, place, object. First factor. Now the sense organ looks at any one of these factors. It creates an attachment, means make it create an attachment or detachment. It may create liking and disliking. So first is object, second is attachment or detachment. The moment the sense organ has a liking and a disliking, there is a sense of the mind starts thinking. And when it starts thinking creates that desire with an attachment and object. Now that desire has a fear element hidden inside. Desire fulfilled, pleasure. So I want to repeat the pleasure is not repeated, so there is a fear. So, second point, you just said that I was afraid that you will become upset. So, there is a desire non-fulfillment. You wanted to set the computer right, and there is a sense of not fulfillment of the desire. So the fear element is already there, and it makes me upset. So first 3 factors: object, attachment, third is the desire. Because this desire contains the fear, and then the fear contains an element of either escape or force myself to do a particular thing. That leads to the confusion in the mind. 4 factors: object, attachment, desire, confusion. Now these 4 factors, it is happening behind the mind. You are doing a particular activity, you are talking to some person, you want to grab some object. 4 factors. So once the mind moves to the 4th factor, the confusion, there is a sense of loss of memory of what is right. In the moment you have a loss of memory, this all the four factors dictates the intellect, and there is a loss of intelligence, loss of wisdom. Fifth and sixth factor, loss of memory, loss of intelligence. And then what happens? Combining these six factors comes the delusion in the mind. Delusion is the main cause of anxiety, stress, duality, conflict in the problem. So what exactly is delusion? My mind starts looking a thing where it is not. It starts looking the pleasure where it is not. It starts looking the solution in the computer where it is not. It is the intellect. I have to make a choice. I have to have a knowledge. So, let me repeat that knowledge in my mind from where I have to move, where I have to go. So that loss of intelligence and all the six factors leads to delusion, and delusion leads to suffering, whether it is anxiety or stress or duality or a conflict or a problem. This is how the Master Krishna, the originator of yoga and the meditation, says. These 8 factors coming from the mind, it confuses the mind. There is a loss of memory, there is a loss of intelligence, followed by the delusion, and delusion leads to the stress, anxiety, reaction. You pick up any one of the factors consciously, remove the past impression, remove the impact of the past impression, the solution is there. You pick up an object, computer makes me upset. Is it the right statement? Computer is computer. Computer does not have any intention to make you upset. So just see that. So I'm getting rid of the delusion. What is delusion? I see the thing where it is not. You see that? So that point of awareness is only required. Look at the attachment or detachment. So you remove that attachment and detachment. Let me start refresh in a spur of a moment. That is why I gave you another option. Shut off this browser and restart. Click the link again. I applied that silently. You did not notice.
No.
You see that? I said, So what will happen? The moment you drop that second factor of attachment and detachment, for a fraction of a second, the mind becomes aware and it is reset. You drop the desire. That will happen. You drop the confusion. Tell your mind, how dare computer can ever confuse me? I should be able to confuse the computer, but how computer can confuse me? Just see the example. Hey, my right hand, I'm looking at you. Does right hand also says that, Girish, I'm also looking at you? Does the hand say that I'm also looking at you? Are you getting it?
No, I did not.
You look at the computer and you tell computer, you made me upset. Does the computer also say to you, and you made me upset?
No, doesn't.
Yes, that is the point of the confusion. The confusion comes when the mind goes outside, it starts blaming, complaining, reacting against a person, an object, anything. in the life.
Yeah.
And that leads to delusion. You see that? I always tell, the moment, oh, I'm looking at the hand, does the hand says, I'm also looking at you, Acharya? Come on. No. So what happens in delusion? The mind moves that false I into the hand, into the computer, and then I blame the computer. Computer makes me upset. Right hand made me upset. So once we separate through the knowledge in the mind what is real and what is unreal, the next moment this anxiety, stress, duality, conflict, all the mental and the psychological challenges drops completely. Eight factors. My meditation is nothing but how to get rid of 8 factors that causes suffering. Let us apply that and see what happens. Close your eyes.
Okay.
Close. Yes, close your eyes.
Okay.
Close your eyes, sit or lie down. Position of the body is the first. Now see that the mind is too much obsessed, possessed, attached with the body, and means attachment, the second factor. And if I make the position of the body comfortable, at ease, the mind will not go there. Look at these 8 factors. I'll try to explain and put all the 8 factors into the practice. And the more and more, not only 1 hour of the practice, and then during the day you continue to think about these 8 factors. Oh, this factor has come into my mind, let me not accept it. And the moment you don't accept it, you become free there and then. You have already done a lot of practices. So position of the body. Second is the eyes are closed. Why we close our eyes? So there should be a knowledge in the mind. And how simple the knowledge. That based on understanding of the 8 factors, mind goes and outside and starts running after subconsciously and habitually on the objects, and the eye, out of the 5 sense organs, eye is very important. The moment it looks any object, it creates an image and follows by the thoughts. That is why we close our eyes. So now when you closed your eyes, do you instantly see the emptiness in the space? That is good. Now we loosen that obsession of the mind with the body by being comfortable. That is the practice. So apply that knowledge and experience. So you see that I oversimplify, move the mind on the neck joint, object. Feel the sensation being comfortable and steadiness. And if there is any uncomfort, remove that uncomfort, adjust and align. You see that now the mind is moving consciously. And that is the moment we are working on the mind. The mind is not working on us. And it happens through the knowledge in the mind. Outer step is just a reference, a pointer. Yes, you understood. Move the mind on the shoulder joints. Just be there. When you are there on the shoulder joints, you feel the sensation. You're comfortable, your experience. And there is a new experience. You also experience the sense of stillness in the body. That is the key. My dear, and that is the key. So you need not to enforce the stillness. You should discover and experience the stillness, the comfort, and the sensation. The mind goes to the hip joint. Again, hip joint is an object in the body, no issue. And you are there on the hip joint. You move with an experience of sensation.
I can't find a network connection. Please connect and try again.
Being comfortable and steadiness. Move the mind on the knee joints, feel the sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. Now, what happens if the mind moves with a habit? How do you know that it is moving with a habit or it is doing the practice consciously? By default journey of the mind, it is a habitual journey. So the mind is somewhere else, it is thinking, it has some thoughts, and it is carried away and still it is listening. No, it is 100% listening, and you are experiencing that sensation, that comfort and the stillness here and now. Now look at the very subtle movement of the mind. When we meditate, we have to change this subtle movement of the mind by these steps. The mind goes to the entire body and you feel the sensation. You're comfortable and you experience the steadiness. And now, second point I say, being carefree. It is best explained by a simile I have been saying. Thoughts are there, let it be. No thought is there, let it be so. Again the thought appear, disappear, comes, goes. You are watching as if they do not belong to you. Let me expand this step little more. First simile, metaphor I gave, that you are standing across a road watching the traffic moving here and there. You're not affected by it. No, I am affected. How can you be affected? You are simply standing across a road. So on the mental traffic, let the thought come and go. One metaphor. Second metaphor, you are driving a car on the road. Some car is running on the right lane, some car is running on the left lane, some car is running in the front of you and others on the rear. Do you start focusing on these cars while driving? No! You have been driving, you are driving. Same way, we are driving the mind to meditate. When I am driving my mind to meditate, it means I have only to listen to the instructions given by the teacher. And the other thoughts are like other cars, they are moving in their own lane. They come and they go. You see, the knowledge in the mind will help you to become carefree. So the right position of the body, you are comfortable and you are carefree. Third point. Now, when there is a mind does not want to listen and it has lot of so-called, if the mind experiences a sense of confusion or the mind says no, it is still it is distracted. So then the next step comes, that is how I redesign the step. Next step comes, I'll focus on the same step to help you explore deeply. So in the state of being comfortable in steadiness, in the state of being carefree, look casually deep inside the forehead. Okay, I'm looking. Casually means naturally. Okay? Keep looking. And you find simply the space. The moment you find the space, start breathing long in the hissing breath. Continue. Continue. So we have to give little push to the mind. Continue. The mind will say no, you say yes. That is another key to understand this. Continue. And stop it. Now you have done 2 minutes of this breathing, so don't take your mind to the scientific understanding of this step. It will take time, people has to do a lot of research, objective. They will understand how the breath is moving and we are not concerned with this in meditation. We are concerned with the personal experience. So if the mind is focused on the personal experience, you will progress. So what is that personal experience? Look at the head and the neck. feel the sensation, relaxation and stillness. Move the mind on the right arm. Feel the sensation, relaxation and the stillness. If you don't feel, move the mind again. You don't force the mind, just casually move the mind. On the right arm, slowly from the shoulder to the fingertips and experience sensation, relaxation and stillness. Move the mind on the left arm. Feel the sensation, relaxation and stillness. You're listening, you're moving into that experience. Move the mind on the chest and the belly. Sensation, relaxation and stillness. Move the mind on the right leg. Sensation, relaxation and stillness. Move the mind on the left leg. Feel the sensation, relaxation and stillness. Move the mind on the entire body. Sensation, relaxation in the stillness. Move the mind once again. Now where lies the problem? You keep the mind on the body and enjoy that state of, what is that? You enjoy that state of sensation, relaxation and stillness. But because of the impurities, because of the past impression, that triggers, impact is felt in the mind and we lose track of sensation, relaxation and stillness. Move the mind again on the entire body. You feel the sensation, relaxation and stillness. So this helps us to remove the first 4 of the 8 factors when we consciously experience sensation, relaxation and stillness, and we are able to maintain that state for a longer period of time. What are the rest of the 8 factors? The loss of memory, the loss of intelligence, the delusion and the suffering. And they are subtle processes. And one of the best way is to start working on the mind so that the mind cannot return to the impact. In that process, you release the past impressions. And the easier way I have been talking about. Look inside the forehead in the space and mentally start hammering. So understand it clearly first. When you are hammering means hammering with a mantra. What you are hammering? The space inside the forehead. And the mantra is Shantoham, Shantoham, Shantoham. Remember, this mental hammering without moving the lips and the tongue should be as quick, as fast as possible in the mind. So understand that when you are doing it as quick, as fast as possible, you also experience that there is no thought between the two Shantoham. That is why it is fast. And that is why it is quick. So you have to experience that state of no thought except Shantoham. Let us start. Look inside the forehead in the space. No movement of the lips and the tongue. And then start hammering Shantoham, 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 Shantoham in the state of sensation, relaxation and stillness. Shantoham, 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 Shantoham. Continue. And now drop this hammering, and when the breath goes in, look inside, dropping Shantoham. When the breath comes out, dropping Shantoham in the space, and find out, do you have no impact of any thought at this moment? Definitely, it is working. Shantoham, Shantoham. Now this Shantoham means you are driving your car on the road. Other thoughts are coming, Shantoham. No thought is there, Shantoham. That knowledge should happen in the mind. That will go a long way. But repeating habitually may or may not work. Shantoham, Shantoham. Do nothing, remain as you are. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your awareness on the right hand, your awareness on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes, open the eyes inside. Know your experiences, bring the hands down, we'll share our experiences now.